Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, team.
Okay, good morning. Okay. Now, okay. I think now
We'll
we
wait
can.
for I think Nurfatehah is also on the call.
Okay, okay.
Morning,
So
Noor.
now
Morning.
we can only.
How are you guys?
Hey, good
Hi,
morning.
good
Good morning.
morning.
Had your breakfast or brunch?
Yes.
Me too. Yeah.
Noor, how about the video? Because Celeste said you will play from your end or you want us to play from our end.
You can play it. Um,
Okay.
yeah, you can play it.
Okay. Then we will just do like what we planned yesterday. Lah.
Okay. Yeah, just proceed with what we have planned.
Okay, perfect.
Hey, Tila, I can't see you in the screen.
Oh, because I have not, I've just mute. Okay, now can you see me?
uh, I can see you. Can you see me?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I only can see black screen.
Okay.
I only see your name. You have not unmute your camera, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Your
Choose.
camera is still showing a slash on the camera. That means you have to unmute your
Okay. Is okay now?
now I can see. Perfect.
Okay, that will be good. Okay.
Perfect.
Hmm.
Good.
I think what's the time in Hong Kong?
The same as KL.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, good. Good.
Yeah, we follow the China and the Hong Kong time zone.
Hmm.
So at the same time.
Yeah, there's no lagging on the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Though the sunlight and sunshine, sunset and sunrise do have a bit some difference, but
Mm-hmm.
our time zone is still the same. How many participants are we expecting for this one, Noor?
Not sure.
Okay. Okay. The participants have to join all the session to get the CPD or anyone?
At least 4 session.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So we will just the attendants can't hear us at the moment, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. So I'll just mute myself and then once we are ready, then I will start with my maybe I let you start Noor first and then I will start with the introduction of the speaker and the video. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay. Team, you are okay with you know how to share the screen, everything like same like yesterday, yeah? You need yeah.
I just try, but cannot share the screen. You cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. We have 3 attendees, so let's hope to have more. Then we can start. I'll mute myself as well.
I can't see you now to let it. Do you turn off the video?
No,
Okay,
it's
then
still on. You can't see me?
I can't.
Okay, let me try again. Can you see me now?
No. I
You
can only
can't.
see myself.
I can see you.
Let me see. How can I see you? Okay. So with the participant, is it?
No, I'm in the panelist. You
I can
can't
see
see
you
me.
before.
I don't know. Noor, can you see me?
No, I can't.
I can see you, Thileg.
Oh, okay. Noor can see me.
Maybe the view, the gallery thing.
Maybe your panel. I think you need to go to view options, and you can select. How do you select? I still don't know how, but
Okay, view
but
option.
it's okay. I think it looks like others can see. So it's
Is it the one
okay.
high video panel? Is it? Or what?
Don't hide video panel. I don't think so.
I think.
Have
I think.
you hide your video panel?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Noor, are we allowed to record this session, or someone else will do the recording?
Someone else will do the recording
Okay.
because the host will record this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you please help us to take some of the snapshot during the presentation, because I'm worried if I take it, I will make some mistake. So that's why I think I'm better not to do it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because you see, I still cannot see you, but looks like I can see you before. So I'm worried about if I change too many things, maybe something will happen. So I
Okay.
better to be a good boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the BIM team will also help to take some
Okay.
photos,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I can, in between when you are talking, I will also
Thank
take
you.
some
Thank you.
snapshots.
I think better let the expert do it. Yeah. I think I'm better
Yeah.
not to make anything wrong. Okay.
Yeah. How did the morning session went on, Noor? All good?
It was good. It's not
Okay.
enough time for the
Oh,
speakers.
okay.
This morning I had 2 speakers. They have to share the time.
Okay. And how many participants?
There are about 18.
Okay.
Today we are the global leader.
Oh, the
in
video has
access.
started.
This one is your video,
That we have earned
Sam, but you can
from closing and
Okay.
innovation in
replay it
all core
during our
areas,
session.
such as
Okay.
efficient door
Now the
openings,
attendants can see this as well.
Yes.
and
Okay.
entrance automation. Some of our products are very visible, such as
Can
keys,
they hear
doors,
what?
and locks,
Can they
while
hear
other
our
products are embedded
conversation
in
now?
solutions
Or
like
not?
e-passports and identity solutions.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We also combine products and software to become either a solution enabler or create additional value for our customer by being a full solutions provider. Being the global leader in access solutions is a result of our gradual evolution from being focused mainly on the door itself to having a wider perspective on our business and what we offer our customer. Our regional opening solutions divisions are the leaders in the provision of door openings and products for access solutions in homes, businesses, and institutions. Entrance Systems is the one-stop shop for automatic entrance products and services, including support and advice throughout the building process, as well as the provision of maintenance and updates. HID are focused on powering the trusted identities of the world's people, places, and things, making it possible for people to make transactions safely, work efficiently, learn confidently, and travel freely. And by focusing on end-user needs, Global Solutions provide total access solutions by combining products and software from opening and identity solutions to specific industry verticals, such as hotels and elderly care. As each of our divisions continue to focus on innovating and growing their core business, together we will continue to lead in access solutions.
Excuse me, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see.
So you see the white screen?
Correct.
Okay.
So Noor, we let us know when we can start. Maybe we should wait for
Another 2 minutes.
Yeah, let's wait for more participants to join.
Hey, let's just make sure now the screen showing is the panel X1 first page.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
yeah. I rather don't touch it. Okay. Forget how to go to the laser. You see the video setting to get the laser. Thileg.
Right click the mouse and see if you can.
Which one?
Right click your mouse.
Right click my mouse.
Yeah. Can you see anything?
No, not that one. You see this one or more?
No, I don't know how you did yesterday. Noor, can the audience already, the participants can hear us? They're already in the call or?
Yeah, they can hear us.
Okay. Okay, so
Almost
we
there.
got a, okay.
Okay, maybe I just use this mouse, okay?
Yes, please. That should be fine.
All right. Good morning to all. Thank you for participating for this event. Our topic today is panic exit, and then we've got Mr. Thileg and Mr. Tim Chow from Asa Abloy. I will pass this presentation to Mr. Thileg for his introduction on the company, and then to Mr. Tim Chow for his further presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Noor. Good morning, all. Thanks for being here on a Saturday morning for this learning and a sharing session. I think, first of all, I would like to thank the Persatuan Architect Malaysia team for this great initiative in organizing this event. Can you all hear me good on my audio?
Yeah, they can hear.
Perfect. Okay. So just a very quick, brief intro on ourselves. We are from Asa Abloy, the global leader in openings and access solutions. Right. When I say opening and access solutions, we are into the provide access solution, including the mechanical, ironmongery and door hardwares, electromechanical, digital, automated entrance systems. So a complete range of these opening solutions for buildings, right, for projects and retail as well. And we are covering a wide vertical or multiple segment of projects, not limited just to residential, but also commercials like hospitality, healthcare, institutions, offices, government premises, community, and so on, even transportation, right? So myself, I'm Thileg Ratinavelu, the Project and Specification Director for Asa Abloy ASEAN, your moderator today, and Tim Chow, our speaker today. he's currently connected from Hong Kong. He's based out of Hong Kong. Both of us belong to the ASEAN organization, covering all ASEAN countries, and additionally, we also cover Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. Okay, so a very brief intro about Tim Chow, our speaker for today. Tim has 40 years of experience in door hardware and physical security industry. He is currently the Regional Specification Manager for ASA Abloy ASEAN. Tim is an accredited architectural hardware consultant, in short AHC, by Door Hardware Institute, USA, DHI USA. He is also a qualified locksmith and registered board member of Associated Locksmith of America, in short ALOA. In his career, Tim has contributed immensely to the physical security industry through various positions he held in the DHI and the ALOA, namely Education Director and President of DHI GCC chapter from 2018 to 2020, Ambassador of ALOA Hong Kong, and Consultant of Locksmith Institute of Hong Kong. He's currently based in Hong Kong. Tim's specialization includes architectural hardware, master keying, vault construction, high security locks for prisons and special application. As you just saw the video shortly before this, we are into multiple segments of the business. We are into the opening solutions, we are into the identities, we are into the entrance system. So if you are familiar with ASA Abloy, or maybe you have seen some of our brands, but not directly ASA Abloy, as we are marketing and promoting our brand as ASA Abloy, we have 200 over brands that within the ASA Abloy group. So in Malaysia, you can see Yale. Yale is one of our household brand in the residential segment. You will see even Sengucci in the residential market segment. In the commercial side, in Malaysia, we have been promoting and marketing a few brands like Washe, Tessa, Asa Abloy. You may have even heard of Abloy. On the automatic entrance system like Entrance, BSAM, or even DTEC. And I think this is, with the current pandemic and all that, we are definitely getting a lot more interest and inquiries on, for example, the automatic door opening solutions like swing door, automatic swing door, because even I myself, if I walk into a 7-Eleven, for example, right, I'm a bit hesitant to hold the handle, right? So I think we are getting increasing a lot more inquiries we are getting from Thailand, Vietnam, and Philippines, and definitely Malaysia is picking up as well. So we will see a lot more automatic entrance, automatic swing doors, sliding swing doors coming up. We also have digital door locks, mostly on the Yale brand and some on the Sengucci brand in Malaysia, both residential and commercial. Okay, so you can see in the screen now, Tim has projected the QR code there. Actually, you can scan this QR code and you can get a free download of our spec data sheet, our complete spec data sheet, not just for the topic today, but the full range of the door access solution. Okay, and if you want a hard copy, you can fill up the form and you can even tick a hard copy option box there. We will reach out to you after this event today, and we will get back to you with the hard copy. Okay. So, and just a quick reminder, at the end of this session, we will have a group photo session. So, you have about another 45 minutes to an hour in case you want to buff up your makeup or your hairdo. I would then give you a cue to maybe unmute your cameras, and then we'll take a group photo session. Okay. So finally, before I hand over to Tim about the topic, we have been talking about very complex topics in this kind of webinars before, like green building, sustainable design, sustainable opening solutions and stuff like that. I think that's great. But I thought we want to come back to the basics. Why panic exit? Because from our experience, we realize panic exit is one of the mostly understated topic in the door hardware segment. right? So we thought, let's get back to the basics. Why I say most understated? Because either, penny exit is normally underspecified during the design phase, because exit doors are always at the back end of a building. Normally it's not noticed, right? And we don't really give so much of importance to that. Or sometimes it is properly specified, but later on during the operation of the building, normally this penny exit is misused. It's either padlocked or chained, so that you can't access through this penny exit, which then completely doesn't serve the purpose of, in the first place, how we correctly specify a penny exit. So both myself and team, we decided, let's go with the very basic for this time. Let's go with penny exit. So in the next 1 hour, we will walk through, we will share as much as, you have any questions, you put in the chat box, the design basics, the standards, both EN and the American ANSI standards, the compliance needs, and the application for penny exit devices. Okay, so if you miss the QR code, we will come back later at the end of the session. We'll have another slide. We'll still project the QR code there, so you can still scan and download for the free soft copy, or if you want a hard copy, we will send it to you as well. Okay, so team, with this, I will pass over the floor to you. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Thileg. This is Tim Chow from ASEAN. I will talk about the requirement for penny exit, means of egress today. We cannot just talk about safe exit during accidents, but ignore the importance of securities in normal time. Safety, saving human lives, ease of escape, ability to provide escape from a dangerous or life-threatening situation, and security. Security, protecting people or properties, resistance to unauthorized use of the door, ability to resist the unauthorized entry, ability to resist to unauthorized exit or exit. There's school shootings incident in the last few years in USA. It's a strong wake-up call for us to strengthen the security for our building. When the penny exit is required in the world, in 1903, 596 people died in the theaters, and 174 children died in the school. The death in both of these fires revealed the need for a special kind of hardware. It allows us to live from a secured place to a safe place during the fire immediately. Unfortunately, in 1911, 146 workers was locked in a factory during the fire. They all died. Similar cases happened in Asia in the past years, make many hundred workers die. That was terrible. Today, exit devices and fire door in multiple occupancy buildings are required and governed by law, no matter Malaysia, Singapore, USA, Europe, everywhere they have the law. The numbers of exits required and factor that determine if exit hardware is required. Example, every building, at least a minimum should be 2 exits. Okay. In a building, escape routes are designed to be used in both emergencies and pandemics. Escape routes include the corridor we are using every day, the staircases, and all other routes leading to a safe area outside the building, a safe area. Okay. Exit area is just a name given to any equipment which is intended to open an exit door located on SK words. Exit hardware can be mechanical or electrical. Depends on the nature of the building. Emergence hardware can be looks like the locks with the lever handle, the pedals, or maybe big glass. But those are not for panic. I will talk about what the difference between panic and emergency later. What happens when a fire starts? The usual sequence of events during a fire are: fire is detected, alarm is sounded. Oh, we can see a smoke, or maybe even we can see a small fire. Everybody have to go. Everybody go, 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 go. And all the electric open door, all the open door will close immediately, automatically. The sprinklers start inside. The firemen arrived outside. When designing a building, it is necessary to specify the means of egress, the path of travel for exit, the path of travel to exit, the locations of exit. Now, what is exit devices? Door. With panic exit hardware must open outward, and swinging out to the directions of egress to a safety pace from inside to outside to a safety pace from inside. Exit door only swinging outward, There is only right hand reverse. You push it, the door will swing outward. Only right hand reverse or left hand reverse. A panic device normally will combine a strike, a latch. Those hold the door in a closed position. More important, the crossbar or the push bar. It allows us to put open the door immediately. The difference of panics and emergencies. Panic and emergence, they look the same, but not exactly the same in the real situation. Panic. Irrational actions of a large number of people exposed to a hazardous situation in a non-family environment. For example, when we go to a cinema, we go to a theater, we only know where we are sitting on. We will not familiar with the environment inside. Emergency is different. Rational acting of a limited number, 3, 4, 5, 6, less than 10. Exposed normally is an emergency situation in a family environment. The family environment looks like in our office, we stay there every day. Their home, we stay there day and night. when design requirements for exit door on the escape route, we have to consider all the panics or emergency situation that may arise. Often, building regulations, fire safety requirements, etc., will provide guidelines and require the use of special hardware, such as panic bulb, special hardware for panic hardware. Panic situations with ordinary emergence are different. Panic situation and ordinary emergence are different. Example, there is a fire. We are panicked to leave from fire immediately. Or we drink too much, or we eat too much. We need to go to the toilet. There's panic to go into the toilet. You see, it's different. Okay? If we are delayed 1 second to the toilet, we will not die. But if we cannot leave the fire in a half second, we may die. Okay? As I said, different hardware has different functions and characteristics. We may have to consider whether we can only use mechanical, or we have to consider electronic together. Mechanical, both in panic and emergency. Nowadays, we always use electronic plus mechanical together. Repeat again. The reactions of a large number are always difficult to predict, especially in the events of a fire, cinema, restaurant, museum, something like that. The chances are that during panic, many of them will behave irrationally. Don't expect any people can spend time to read the operation manual before they open the door. We are not opening a safe door. We are not going to open a round door. We are opening the panic door and we need to go out immediately. How can we expect or to read a long paragraph? Step 1, step 2, step 3. No, sorry. Panic have to go out immediately without any consideration. Emergence that normally involve a small numbers of people. Especially, we can assume that those may familiar with the permit, and they may have some knowledge about them. Maybe, we know that we have to open the fountain and then pay the door to open. So that, yeah, we looks like in our office or other working environment, we are there every day. Most of the shopping mall like to post the advertisement at the exit door. You will be very confused, the people, where is the exit? Mirror or decoration shall not fix to the exit door. In my example, there is an advertisement there. Then maybe we'll, that's just a beautiful shirt. Okay, there's a shop, but we may not know there's an exit. This door is better. This door is better. This is better. And there's low advertisement there, only a small one. So mirrors or decoration shall not fix in the exit door. In general, the awareness of occupants on emergency exit are lower in public places, like cinema and shopping mall, compared to the place like office. So the panic rating differs accordingly. Airport and cinema are different. Homes for the elderly, hotels, the awareness of occupants are different. So when we decide where should we need a panic ball, where should we need a lock, we have to also to look at the occupants classification. Different classification of occupants will require different hardware. Usually, the high hazardous area require more sensitive and stringent requirement. Any door in a required means of egress from an area having an occupancy load more than 100 should need a panic hardware under the NFPA 101 USA. The ADB in UK, that is British standard, need panic hardware when occupant is more than 60. Other than the safety requirement, different occupants, they will have different requirements also on the hardware. Example, in the electric room, over 1,000 voltage needs panic hardware. Under NFPA 7, that is not safety, that is for the electricity requirement. IBC, International Building Code, also have similar requirements. So we have to read different standards. We are now move forward to the codes and standards. I will talk about the relevant ANSI, UL, and the EN standards. Fire door definitely fire-rated hardware. Fire door is fire-rated hardware. Fire exit door needs fire exit hardware. UL 305, that's the panic hardware requirement under UL. They need all the panic hardware to pass cycle test for 100,000 times. If there's low side force, people preloading on the door, the panic ball must be maximum can be unlasted, maximum 15 pound force. When somebody is lying on the door panel, it will create a preloading or side force to the door, make it difficult to open the door. Under this situation, maximum 15 pound force have to able to unlatch the door under 250 pound force by test. Latches or any other fastening device, that means even though a lever handle, shall be readily operated under all lighting conditions. All the door should be open under all lighting conditions for access. There are some typical labels on our hardware to identify is it a proper hardware we are using. ULO 10B and ULO 10C, ULO 305 are typical application standards. ANSI A156 are product standard, so they may have different level of requirement, such as the cycle test. NFPA 8 is standard for fire door and other opening protect, so that all the fire door needs fire hardware. Fire door needs 1.5 hours. Minimum latch flow is 0.5 inches. That is the NFPA requirement. Okay, and NFPA 80 requirement. Fire rated door is fire rated hardware, and this law is ULF, ULF, ULF. There's a label there. Fire rated door is fire rated hardware. However, if we're talking about panic. If this is a panic door, you need panic hardware. If this is a fire-rated panic door, exit door, you need a fire-rated exit hardware. Exit hardware, we require listing or approving or acceptance or conformity by an approved and authoritative testing agent, such as underrated, Internet, warranted, AGS, and the laboratories in your countries. Just some repeats on the basic requirement for a panic hardware. Normally, the door shall be opened when 15 pounds falls when pushing on the door. If there's any preloading, okay, applied to the door panel, maximum 15 pounds fall. Fire exit hardware used on fire-rated exit door. If your door is not fire-rated, you don't need to use fire-rated hardware, but you need a exit hardware. Okay. Other than the UL and NC, European standard EN 1125 and EN 179 also wide accepted worldwide. Both ANSYS and EN have very similar principle and requirement for panic and emergency and performance requirement. EN 1125 for panic. Minimum effort and without prior knowledge. That means, as I said, nobody will take time to read the operation manual and then open the door. They will just push it and open. Minimum effort and without prior knowledge. Cannot use the key. Okay, only one action. EN 179 can require a prior knowledge, but a simple knowledge, or press down the lever handle, press down the pedal. Panic ball is across the whole door. You can touch any part of the door and open it. But 179 only press down the handle. That is the lever is next to the door edge. The principal requirement, the basic requirement no matter NC or EN. Give safe and effective escape. Minimum effort. Low prior knowledge of the divine. Just one action to open the door, one action. Lowly to use the key, lowly to remove the door guard. Okay, lowly to remove anything from the door, and you can open immediately. The cycle test in the end, they have the two requirements. One is 100,000, and the one is 200,000. Maximum 200,000. In NC, only one 500,000 cycle test. Opening force when silo 250 pounds should be 1,000 amp, not 1110. In Excel is described in EN 1125. But 250 is equal to 1110. When side 4, 250 pound force is applied to the door. Maximum 15 pound force can push the door to open. When low side loading of demonstrated, even though the door, that's low door closer. Okay, low door closer. The door just 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 inches. Okay, inside and outside, the pressure, air pressure, assume the same pressure. So there's no side loading or low side pressure applied. EN is 80 Newton. And then NC is 67 Newton. The active length for, okay, repeat it. This one 67 Newton, that means 15 pound for. 15 pound for. Okay, so that's low side loading, 15 pound for. When there's side loading, 50 pound for. The length of the crossbar, in the EN, this one will be equal to 60% of the door width. And require this one is half of the door width. If you look at the old standard, that is different. Okay, the old standard I remember should be 2/3 of the door width, but this one talking about the length of the bar. The old standard talking about the whole length of the H35. It's different. Now we are talking about the active part. Years before, this standard talking about the whole length of the device, including the other part. 5-meter door is 5-meter hardware. Okay. Requirement in everywhere is similar. Safety is always the first priority. I use the COVID practice in Hong Kong as an example. You can see almost the same. Door must be capable to be open, readily open, in the directions of exit row without use of the key. Door capable be readily open from inside without the use of the key. That means low priority. Cannot use any special tool without use the key. That means special tool. Cannot use any special tool to open the door. Just one action. Press it to open. Exit door must be swinging out, opening the direction of exit. This one, the door exit door in the GN it's not allowed to open in both ways. Okay, so this only acceptable under EM. If there's a security requirement at the outside, then we still need to able to open from the inside without the use of key. That's it. Okay. A single action to open the door. If the door is equipped with electrical hardware, the hardware should be automatically released upon the activations of the fire alarm system. Then when the fire alarm sound started, the door should be able to open from inside. We're talking about inside. We are not talking about from outside. Okay. When the power failure, for no matter for any reason, the door should be released automatically. Please pay attention. All the fire exit hardware should not connect to the UPS system. Should not connect to uninterrupted electricity supply. Looks like our computer sometimes we will connect to the UPS. But all the fire exit hardware, no. Once the alarm of the fire starts, the power must cut immediately. There are some highlights from FPA 101, Chapter 7, means of egress regarding panic hardware. I use NFPA 101-2009 version. Okay, those numbers are in the 2009 version. While the current version is 2021, the contents are almost the same. If you like to see what the new content, you can go to nlpa.com. They are free of charge. You cannot download, but you can view the content. You can view, but cannot download. As I said, NFPA 101 is only one of the requirements that we need to know. We also need to read in conjunction with other code, such as NFPA 80, NFPA 70, for any particular requirement. An example, we loaded all the lift machine room must be self-locked, self-closed. But that was not in the code of practice. That is stated in the lift construction requirement. Okay, so different tenants and different occupants, they may have different requirements also regarding the exit door or the door. Just go through it very quickly. Must be ready to open from the egress side. Whenever the building is occupied, please say, whenever the building is occupied, the door must be opened ready from the egress side. The doors have to be opened without a key, tool, or any special hardware, special knowledge effort. However, if the door is in the exterior, exterior door, maybe looks like the churches, looks like the temple, looks like the warehouse. The exterior door is permitted to have a key operated from the egress side, demonstrated at the inside. But make sure when you lock the door, the building is not occupied. When building is occupied, the door should not be locked. You can only lock the door when nobody inside. And the door must have a signage to say very clearly, this door is remain unlocked when the building is occupied. If in the hospital or maybe some of the high security area, the exit door cannot be locked. So the exit door must able to lock. Then what can we do? Other than the delay request, a key is immediately available for any occupant inside the building where it's locked. For example, the nurse, the doctors in the hospital. Okay, so it's some exemption. If we are using the electrical lock, okay, then the hardware must be released. That means, okay, looks like the lever handle, the bolt is fixed to the door leaf. It can be opened immediately. And it will be operable in the direction of egress. That means from the inside going outside, the inside and outside. We are not talking outside. We are not talking ingress. We are not talking egress. We are not talking from outside to inside. We're talking from inside to outside. Important. Hardware should not connect to the power supply directly. That means the door must be unlocked. During fire. Cannot connect it to uninterrupted power supply. Okay? When loss of the power, the hardware should be automatically unlocked. Will be automatically unlocked. Point 4 and point 5. There's no contradiction. Door must be able to open all the time. Okay, no matter when this lost power or in the normal time. Hardware must be able to for escape immediately. Mounting and installation of hardware on the exit door will affect the passage for the victim, for any people, when you are going to go out. Analysis and EN have required the hardware to be installed in certain location, a clear width, okay, clear width. EN measuring from the frame to the handle, and measuring from the door lift to the frame. Okay, we have engine require minimum 32. EN require minimum 800 to 825. The panic hardware has to be installed between 34 to 48. The panic hardware, 34 to 48. The projection of the hardware into the clear width, into the clear width, projection from the door to the clear width, maximum 4 inches, maximum 4 inches. The projection of the coaster arm is not has no restriction. When the hardware is installed higher than 80 inches, it's not considered. Okay, so make sure panic bolt is not between 34 to 48 inches. Okay, low projection of the hardware from the door to the quiff more than 4 inches. If somebody is running down, when he found somewhere in the staircase is brought by fire or smoke, he must going back and find another exit. Has to going back to an exit. So if all the door is locked, how can he going back? He will die. He will die. So there's a requirement there will be door able to re-enter into the floor in every 4 floor. If all the door in the staircase has low lock, oh, that will be fine. There's 3 passage. That will be fine. Just in case you need to lock the door in the staircase, make sure maximum 4 floor in between is able to re-enter at all the time. At all the time. There will be signage in the door that door cannot go in to tell you going up 2 or going down 2. There will be an exit door. Or maybe all the door in the staircase will be open during fire. We can use an electric control door. You can use the electric control door. So it will be locked, but the door will be opened during fire. Okay, maximum 4 in between. If there is a roof, going to the roof. Maybe there will be the roof will be for the helicopter, and maybe we will worry about somebody will going up the roof to for suicide. Then we need to lock the door at the roof. If we need to lock the door going up the roof, then the door next to the roof, should be re-enterable. Panic hardware is required, but panic hardware is not required in every leaf of the door. Okay, say in our home and in our office, we are allowed to use a knob more than 1 additional releasing operation. What it means? Looks like the door guard, or maybe you have an auxiliary lock. You have an auxiliary lock, or maybe a fountain, or maybe door guard. Okay? The mounting height of the hardware should not exceeding 48 inches above finished floor. How about pair of door? 2 options. Each leaf can be provided with a releasing device. But this one can open independently. It does not depend on the release of one leaf. Before, say for example, oh, I want to open this one. No, then I can open this one immediately. I should not open this one first. I should open this one first, then I can open the second one. Either one can open it immediately. Okay, should not rely to open this one first. Or we only install a panic ball in a single leaf, what we call the active leaf. And the inactive leaf will be locked by auto flush ball. Okay, and there will be no doorknobs or any decorating trim in the inactive lock. If not confuse you to put the door. It will be very simple. Very always you just push this door to open. Put this door to open. Okay. This pair of doors you can push any part. This one, only this one, you can see will only open this door. Pay attention. This pair door only use auto flushable, not manual flushable. Manual flushable is only used for the door that we assume that this door will not be used only when we require to open the door for moving the heavy equipment. For example, the warehouse, the machine room, normally we only use one lift door. This one will only open it when we need to open for moving the heavy equipment. The special locking arrangement, normally when we say special locking, we mean electrical hardware. Normally means electrical hardware. Delay egress locking system is allowed in the no and ordinary hazard condition. Okay, so if in high hazard area, you cannot use delay because those areas looks like the chemical fracture. Cannot use delay egress. But in the hospital, in the hotel, yes, you can. In the chemical fracture, cannot use it. If you install delay egress, the door must be unlocked when the sprinkler system or the firefighting system started. When there's low power, electricity is down, the door will be open. Normally, the doors should be open within 15 seconds. You can adjust it, maximum 30. But more than 50 seconds, the architect or the fire below have to approve it more than 15 seconds. Same standards applied. No more than 15 pounds for 67 Newton on the door. Normally, the door will not sound. Will not be. You just alternately touch it. So you have to touch the bar. You have to touch the bar more than 1 or 2 seconds, and then the system will start. The system will start lot more than 3 seconds. I mean, you touch the bar lot more than 3 seconds. Only 1, 2, 3 seconds. Normally 2 seconds. You pay the bar for 2 seconds, and then the delay egress will start. And there will be audio signal. There will be wee, and we can clearly hear in the vicinities of the door open. Once the delay egress is started, we can only reset it by manual. Okay, you cannot reset it by remote. You have somebody have to go to the panel and reset. And also, 2 signage must show adjacent the door or on the door. Push until alarm sound. Door can be opened in 15 seconds. That's the requirement. Other than the staircase, how about the front door that also used as exit? And when EAC is required? Simple. A sensor on the egress side to detect the movement of people. When someone approaches the door, close the door, the sensor will open the door for you. When there's loss of power, the sprinklers started, alarm sound, automatically unlock the door. And also there will be a manual release, next to the door within 16 inches. Okay, anybody can use a manual release. Don't rely on the reception to press the button for you to leave. Must be a manual release, very significant. So put to exit within 16 seconds. Within 16 inches. Sorry. Okay. When activation of the fire alarm system, the door should be open in the direction of egress. Direction of egress. That means even though the alarm is sound, okay, the doors are not only allow you to going out. It didn't mean you need to lock the door from outside. Only allow you for egress. We are not talking about ingress. Ingress is different method. Okay.
Team, just a quick time check reminder.
Okay.
Maybe we need to wrap up the sharing session, the presentation in the next 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you for reminder. Okay, type of X hardware. Basically, we have mechanical and electrical. Electrical is an additional feature to the mechanical. Okay, cross rail and crossbar. The cross rail and the crossbar, we can touch any part of the bar, then we can going up. Any part of the bar. Okay, the pedal or the lever, all the particular part next to the door. Access control. Access control, you can see, can also in the cross rail or the pedal, but not available in the crossbar. Only the cross rail or the multi-scroll. It can be standalone, or can be remote control. Okay, you can use the battery, or we can use the connected to power supply. Okay, you can connect to power supply. Latch retraction. The latch, this latch can be retracted in the docking. The latch can be retracted remote by electricity. But this latch must be able to release during power failure. Okay, we can retract the latch. Okay, so the door can be going in and out. It just looks like push and pull. Or when we use auto operated during normal. When there's power failure and the alarm sound, the latch will going up because the regulation fire with the door must be self-latching and self-closing. Latch retraction good for quiet operation. Good for quiet operation. Okay, looks like used in the hospital, conference room, the theater, and library. Okay. We talked about delay egress already. Okay, but if you have a system, I suggest you consult your security consultant. When there's electrical system, exit system is required. The PAN exit system EN 13637 allows you to use a big glass connected to a panic board. Okay, but tell you that's not allowed under UL. I personally also don't suggest a break glass working with a panic board. Why? Because one action to open. Show you to break glass and open the door, there will be two actions. Okay, so check with your security consultant. Okay, EN 13636 allowed break glass with panic board, but not allowed in UL. The penny shall be always seen during all light conditions. Illumination penny bulb should be a good choice. Then make sure everybody can see the exit, can always see in all lighting conditions. So illumination penny bulb will be a good choice. Will be a good choice. The door is closed. It didn't mean the door is locked. On the other hand, when the door looks locked, it really doesn't mean the door is closed. So we can add some monitors next to the door latch in the bar or the door contact at the door. So we can know whether the door is not closed or latched. Docking device, looks like the same at the latch retraction. The same. But docking is only, it has the manual. Don't use the key or the Allen key to press down the bolt, to press down the pedal or the bar, and then the latch can be retracted, keep in retract position. But this is not allowed. Mechanical docking is not allowed in the fire door. If you want to use electric docking, you have to use electric docking. Make sure that the latch will goes out for fire door requirement. Okay. Single door. You can use any type of the hardware. Rim typanic, mortar typanic, concealed vertical wall, overhead, surface mount panic bulb. Okay, you can use any for a single door. But if the pair door will be different. Application hardware is different for pair with overlapping archical or without overlapping archical. They're different. If the door without archical, both leaves can be opened independently. Of course, if low lock was fixed, provided there's low lock is fixed, all the leaves can be opened freely. If in this case, you also install a mortise lock or panic bulb, you have to install the mortise type. Then you need to use an open password. So make sure both door can be opened and closed independently. Okay. If you use a mortise type panic bulb but don't use open password, then you still need to use a coordinator. If the door with overlapping archical, then you need to use a coordinator. This one you don't need. Okay, unless you install a mortise lock. Okay, then you can use open password or coordinator. But if overlapping archical, if the active door close first, you cannot close the inlet door. If we are opening this one, okay, then we will automatically push the other one out, but it will not affect it. So if we are pushing out the inlet, it doesn't matter. It will not affect the active leaf. Okay, so if a pair door with overlap, you have to use coordinate. Coordinate is help you to make the closing sequence of the door. If both direction are for, means you can both direction are for HK, then one door this direction and one door in opposite direction, you can use panic bulb vertical wall in both and you don't need to use the trim at any other side, because both door can go out either direction. Though the trim is useless. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I have talked about the panic exit today. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Okay, so you have any question? Yeah, I will try my best to answer it. Okay, and Tina, please.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Tim, for a very informative session on panic exit. I think, like what I mentioned the earlier part of the call, going back to the basics, because we see penny exit as just one, bar of device, but there's a lot to it. And there's a lot to it in terms of life-saving parameters, criteria that we need to include in our design, and also security in terms of unauthorized unauthorized entry to the building. So, that's good sharing, team. Any questions from the participants? You can. I'm not sure, Noor, if they can unmute their mic and they can speak, or they can only type it in the chat box.
They can only chat in the chat box.
Okay.
While waiting for the attendees or the participants to come up with their question, I have a very general question. When the architect, or how would you like the architect to specify the door hardware? Because I'm having some problems, because when we're designing, we have a level of security that we need to highlight to
Correct.
enter each room. And how would you like us to specify that?
Okay.
According to the security level?
Okay, that will be simple. First, security is always means to stop people to going out and stop people to going in. That's security. Okay, so if, for example, there's a shopping mall, we know that we have to lock the door at the night. Okay, then we can provide them a mechanical penetrable. Everybody can go out, but there will be a key to stop them to go. There will be keys for anybody going in. But no, if there's some access control is required, then we can add a EAC control. Okay, if the security consultant say, oh, I need a medlock, I can add a monitor in the penetrable. So once I pair the penetrable, the medlock will be opened. Okay, so first I have to look at the means of it. So every architect, you do have a floor plan to show us which one is exit door, and sometimes you will also show us the occupants in on the floor plan. Then I will base on that information to suggest you where you need penetrable. Okay, and where you can just use the simple lock. And the security concern normally will tell me, team, this one I need an electric lock. I need a card reader. And I will base on his information to propose you the correct hardware. Okay. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I did. You did. So, any idea? Because at this time point, while I'm doing my drawings, right, I use a level 1 for personal doors, level 2 for M&E rooms. They require different door hardware. So so each level has their own specification, which are the hardware is needed for that. So if you find any unsuitable hardware that is used by or that is specified by the architect, would you highlight to them or how?
Okay, I think first, I personally will look at the joint and see what the door, and I have to imagine what the people inside, what the requirement. For example, if there's a single office, a single room office, then you may need to lock the door all the time. You may lock the door. Then I just give you a simple door lock without door closing. Or there will be a conference room. Then I will consider maybe panic situation, maybe you quite but conference room is a very small one, Then I will still consider maybe I cannot give you really complicated hardware. But maybe there's a ballroom. Other than acoustic requirement, I also provide you a panic. Or if you say, Tim, sorry, panic ball will be too ugly, I can't use it, then I will check whether the door is opening to exterior or interior, or whether you have so many other doors. Instead of the door in front, there's the door the door before perimeter. You see the door only exit, the door it is. Then I have to look at the floor plan and see what is the purpose of the door. The purpose of the door. When shall we use the door, and what the way we are going to open the door? Then I will propose whether a simple office lock, a private lock, a passage lock. If in the staircase, there's no security requirement, you can go to every floor. But because of fire requirement, I give you a passage lock. Okay.
All right.
Just another reminder, you can see the QR code here to the participants, so you can scan this. Apart from the free specification datasheet, what we are now going to extend, we will also offer you a pen drive. We have a key-shaped Asa Abloy pen drive. So if you put in choice of hard copy, we can also send you the hard copy of the specification datasheet with the pen drive. If you don't want the hard copy, you just want the soft copy, fine. You because in the form you have your email address and your contact details, you put that in. We will send you across. We'll reach out to you and we'll send you across the pen drive if you don't want the hard copy. So if you want the hard copy, both the hard copy and the pen drive, so you can scan this and just fill up. It just should not take more than a minute actually. Okay, opening for more questions.
Maybe I try to use this time to do a small advertisement. Okay.
Okay.
As Abloy, we have door and the hardware together. When we are proposing hardware, we cannot just say, this is the hardware you want it, lady. But we have to consider what the door concern will be. 5-meter door, penny door, acoustic door. So we also have the full package to understand the real requirement. Not just, providing the hardware and say, sorry, the door cannot install it. This is not my fault because I'm not a doorman. But other than the hardware, we provide door and hardware and security. We have HID card reader, we have wing card hotel lock, with the B-sub auto operator, we have Cisco Courage 5-meter door. Okay, so we have full knowledge and full experience in the door and hardware industry.
Just to add to that point, so we are even talking to Pam for future talks, because there's so many products that we have. We can't cover everything in one session, right? But when it comes to fire, we are talking about exit. We don't want people to be in there during fire. So all what we talk about is exit, right? But of course, in future, how if there are occupants still stuck inside? The record shows, the real statistic shows, 90% of the time, the fire victims actually die not because of fire, but because of smoke inhalation. Before even the fire gets in, the smoke gets into their lung. Okay, so people get unconscious. So the point here is panic exit is extremely important for you to get out before even coming to the situation. But how if you are stuck in that situation? The last mile that actually saves you is the seals. the seals around the door that actually stops the smoke penetration and of course the fire into it. So Asa Abloy, like what Tim mentioned, it's not just ironmongeries, we are also complete solution. We are also providing the seals. So, and the topic on seals, we have CPD even approved by RIBA, Royal Institute of British Architects. That's a separate topic altogether. That's another hour of topic altogether. But that's what Tim mentioned. It's a complete range of of hardware that we will be looking at. So if we are talking to a spec consultant, we definitely want to understand what is the function, what is the need, what is the certification and test compliance, because we don't want to simply, we don't want to simply sell everything, because we have a wide range. We don't want to just give you something that you don't really need, right? So we need to really sit and have a chat with you to understand your layout. Our spec consultants will reach out to you. So apart from this free, you can see in the QR code, right? If you have specific questions or inquiries that is not covered in this last 1 hour, let's say you are putting something for a MRT project or a high-rise commercial office or hospital projects, you can also mention you want to have a specific discussion. We will reach out to you. We can share the project references we have. We can even share with you our spec specifically, let's say for hospital projects, right? We can do that. So anything that outside this topic, you can also reach out to us.
Yeah,
It's not
please.
just any exit. Yeah. Any more questions? Or Noor, you have any more questions for us?
Just curious, under your Asa Abloy, what are the other brands that you have? Yale and then Abloy and then?
Okay, so we have Yale and Saint Gucci. In Malaysia, we have
Ah,
Yale and Saint Gucci, which is mostly for the residential segment.
mm,
But for the commercial segment, we have Asa Abloy itself, and then we have a few others like Lockwood, Trimac, which we even specified for the 101, Menara 101 recently. We have even Wache. Wache is a French brand, which we have done quite many years ago for the Serdang General Hospital before. We have Tessa, we have Wali and Wali, which is a very high designers handlebars. We have Sargent, we have Unilock, we have, it's multiple range, but for Malaysia, I think these are the few names that we have project references. But if you're looking at across ASEAN, we have a lot more than what I mentioned just now. Yeah.
How about
So
the
we have two.
price wise for that all that brands that you have?
Okay, so in terms of price, we have all ranges. If you're looking at a residential segment, definitely the requirement may not be quite high in terms of cycle test time or in terms of certification. So you do have a standard, or we call it an eco pack. And then if you're looking at commercial segment, for example, hospitals or hotels, we can't go with that because there are some regulations and certification that even SIRIM, for example, in Malaysia, that we need to get the cycle test time done for the whole fire door. So it's our hardware is going to be installed in the door, and the fire test is going to be done as one, and the SIRIM certificate will be given on that door, right? So that part of it, like what I mentioned, even in my chat box earlier, though EN has a lower cycle test time, for example, but still it's 250,000, still it's 500,000. So it will go accordingly. So the price range will be slightly higher for that. So we have the medium range for this commercial and right up to the high range for the commercial segment. So when I say high range, if you're talking about designer's handle, if you're talking about even antibacterial, we have at the moment antibacterial handles and touch surfaces. For during this pandemic, a lot of people were a bit concerned about that. So we do have that, and it all depending on the functions. So the price ranges for commercial from the mid range right up to the higher range, and it all depends on project to project, and also on the quantities. Yeah.
I want to add, okay, say LC hardware and EN hardware basically is the same, but because the appearance and some of the application are a little bit. So when you wanted to prepare you a proposal, I will appreciate first let us know you prefer American hardware or you will prefer European hardware, and try to give us some estimation, a budget. So, tip, I want the one is very durability, high durability, and I'm looking for very good product. Or this is a simple conversion. I am looking at middle range. That will shorten the time for us to negotiate with you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
In terms of cost, right? In terms of cost, I mean, let's put it this way: door hardware comes with a very small portion of the overall project. We're only looking at about 0.15 to 0.2% of the overall project. In that 0.15 to 2% itself, if you calculate that with the project value, it's a very small difference. So might as well, why when we suggest we will propose for a slightly better specification, because that will give you a saving in a very long run for you in terms of operations and maintenance. Right? So if you do a calculation of 0.5 to 0.2 or even if you go with a lower range of 0.1% also can, but if you want to go something better at 0.15% of the project value, in terms of absolute value, it's not going to be much. It's going to be a very small difference, but it will give you a lot more lifespan, a lot more saving in operations and maintenance costs as well. And notwithstanding the safety features of it. Yeah.
Okay. Since I know that since we've got one question.
Okay.
Do you have any project reference related to banking sector?
Oh, okay. For me, that's enough. Okay. I use it to do all the Bank of China. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
I do. Yeah. Looks like Bank of China, the Beijing headquarters, the Bank of China in the Hong Kong, used to having the tallmost building in Hong Kong, Bank of China, and the Bank of China, the safety wall. Okay. Yeah, I do.
The safety wall.
Yeah.
Right.
Be honest. The locally, I think must be many, but I better ask our sales team in KL to answer you.
So to answer that question, how about locally? If you go to Maybank ATM the next time, don't go and look too much to the side. But if it's obvious, you will see a cylinder at the side and it's written Abloy. So that is from us, right? And then we also have done the LMAC, the e-click solution.
Yeah.
For DBS Bank in Singapore, which is closer to Malaysia. We have proposed the same iClick solution. It's a LMAC electromagnetic cylinders, which we also have proposed to TNB, our own TNB, because TNB have their substations, which is quite expensive stuffs, which is remotely located, maybe not stable Wi-Fi and all that, so they can't go completely digital. But we use LMAC, which is a very solid, proven technology. It's a patented technology by ourselves. So I think the person who's asking this question, if you have any specific need for this, definitely reach out to us. I'm going to share my, Noor, is it okay if I share my email address here?
I think it's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to share my email address, while I'm talking, and you can reach out to me, or you can also alternatively put your question more specifically on the QR code link, and we will definitely reach out to you. Okay, so I'm just going to type my email address here.
So we are ending in 4 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry, 12:26.
Any more questions from the participants?
I think just a quick one. Are you ready for BIM?
We are ready. We are very ready. The thing is, We are very ready. So we are, in fact, we are getting our team, expanding our team. So we will have a business development team in Malaysia. So we'll be reaching out to you. The sad part is I'm not sure how ready is the general market, because we have been approaching a few architects, and looks like they are not really ready on that side. But we are moving now to go with this, and I'm not saying all. I mean, some are very willing to adopt BIM. So we have Asa Abloy Opening Studio. It's a patented solution. I think it's pioneered. We don't know any other. Even our competitors have this. So it's called AAOS, and we are going. We have more than 2,000 end user architects in US, and about 4,000 in Europe have already been adapting to this. It has been created and developed more than 10 years ago. We are now in the third or fourth generation of AAOS. So that's something we have even talked to CIDB before. But I would say in this part of the region it's a bit slow. So but that means there's a huge potential and a huge growth opportunities. So yes, we are extremely ready for BIM.
Good. So I think with just 2 minutes, I think we're going to end our session today. Thank you both for participating and introducing Asa Abloy to us, and then explaining more on the panic exit. And if any question, the participant or the attendees can ask Mr. Thileg direct. He has given his email address, and then hope to see you both later in the future.
Thank you. Thanks a
Thank
lot
you.
for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
And have a good rest of the weekend.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you too.
And stay safe.
Okay, safety.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.